Hi, good evening, everyone. Today we're not gonna do any video sharing. We're gonna just show a phone screen. This is gonna be our AAWC Going All Together World Community. I start with AAWC since I was since 1995. I was in clinical site student in college, and I started this singles club and continues growing to the child age. So I created this AWC going all together world community. And hopefully we will start more joint community in online, especially right now. I'm gonna doing this throughout the radio style. So you can find our handle as AAWC going all together, and it will be our handle from the YouTube. Um, my goal is try to connect you with people who want to go in all together because since COVID 2021 we have been report from the IC3 and a lot of FTC been reported almost 1 billion loss in finance to our Roman scam. So somehow I kind of it's not really closed down my matchmaking service. It's just more like more verification, more make sure they are who they say they are. So I met them through the video chat or some is local, can meet them in person. So I want to make sure my member are safe when they interact with the people I recommend to. So this is part of important information I want to share. And I know a lot of YouTuber was asking to subscribe my channel and all that. And it's your choice to subscribe channel. And later on, we have a one senior research. We're gonna follow a group of people about. It's just a simple ask them a question. Are you happy? So we're gonna ask about are they happy and why they are happy and kind of gonna continue with our growing all together as a pilot program. So if they are either single, married, or other, we would just want to see if people are interested to interact with each other throughout the online community, but with a verification purpose. Because people I knew or people I meet online, just to make sure that who they say they are. So this is gonna be huge impact in the future. So today we're gonna talk about older people view for love. Find yourself no matter what age, and you need to start discover yourself. I really think discover yourself is really from time to time. It's just more like when I lost my husband, I feel like I lost part of myself. So within these 3 years, I've been start to looking for who I am and what am I happy and what I'm doing, and you kind of start to knowing what you favor, what you used to like, what you dislike. So kind of know where yourself go, and then discover yourself in a small step or bigger step. You know, whatever you desire to. As this kind of relate to our growing up together community. If you're 40 today, you're 30 today, or you are 70 today, you still had to go through that process yourself to discover who you are. Last week, after we talking about stroke, the research got me back to aging society and lead to love. Somehow interesting. When I do the research, I'm kind of always kind of led me to injunction to see how my research go. So sometimes they will lead me to some finding, and I kind of follow to the sequence, not necessarily to stay the same kind of sequence. So and somehow this research for strokes, maybe to talk about, study about the research on that. And how do older people feel about love? They are not like young people look for long-lasting dying love. They have all been through many times in their life, and older people need stability. I think most older people they tend to like if they still live by themselves or they live in their home or they live in apartment, live in the city or urban because somehow they still want to help themselves. Their self-identity is really kind of important to them. So when they walk into the community, once in a while, either in the church or in the family or friends kind of setting, or just go to senior center, So somehow, I think older people are needed more stabilized because they like to have a home to feel they are going home. So I think um, when that does come, they will feel like they want to belong somewhere. That will be their home. A friend of mine later met a French older man, aged 90, who lost his wife in a nursing home. And my grandpa also died in a nursing home alone. And somehow it still got to my grandmother sometime. You know, it's very hard to know, even though you say so many goodbye every time you see each other, but you definitely want to know the last hour you was with them. But somehow she was unable to do that. And so I think that somehow we're hunting her in sometimes. Um, she had mentioned that she had already a widow after my godpa living in the nursing home. And soon as I have the living with my godparents, they are mainly social with their elderly friends, either neighbors or church members. Belief or some kind of religious is part of their big thing for the senior community. Sometimes they had to attend a family, friends, or funerals, and that mostly sad. And sometimes they just went there and to support their family and friends. I think elderly may have some temperament from time to time. And these 3 years, I really enjoy living with them and get to know them. And they also talk about how they fall in love and how wonderful story. You can see I have a very detailed uh, recording about my godparents, how they fall in love. Um, I always feel like it's a really a very interesting story. So you can go back to my radio program. Currently, my radio only for Pet Patrol. So in my Pet Patrol, you'll be able to go to my radio search and find out the story about that. The main research I have seen talking about the older people are happier and most of them are no longer working. So they spend their time with their family and friends, and others were taking care of their sick spouse. And I know for fact some of my grandmother church member, their spouse has dementia or other illness, and their spouse is very devoting as their whole time caregiver. And somehow you mentioned about doing my going out together community. We have a lot of video talking about dementia, so you can go back to looking at them. Um, One time I watched a TV drama talking about dementia. This older man, he's 105 years old, and he's already sick, and his younger wife wants him to stay longer. Then he asked her, "What do people live? 为什么我们要活着?" You know, translate in Chinese. I just kind of profound want to say that. For themselves or for other? 是为自己活呢，还是为别人活？He no longer is interested in testing the French fry because she was sneaking the French fry for him to test it, so kind of longing him to earth with her. And he feel he had enough and time to let him go, so he told his wife. And later on, they have a organized goodbye ceremony, and he's gone after that. He no longer is interesting to testing the French fry, and he's long gone with his mind. And somehow, I don't know how a person willing to die in the age they feel enough, because they don't have a drive, they don't want it to carry their sickness body, continue, feel they feel pain every day. It's just kind of refreshing to my godpa. Every single touch, he will ouch, ouch. It just drive my grandmother crazy because she didn't understand how much pain she's suffering, because I think that point of time, as how she was mentioned, she feel like she's a widow already. In Chinese wisdom, we talk about when we are 50, we know someday we will die, and we accept it. Um, when we say in Chinese is 50之天命. So somehow when we are 50, we kind of know where we're gonna go, the next stage. Aging is just a number, even though we still change ourselves outside. You know, you have gray hair, your skin feels soggy, or you start peeling for your window, and some kind of marks visible lights somehow appears. So, and then you feel like you walk slowly and you feel pain here, there. That's all part of aging, but just for sure, you had to go to that stage and be wanting to continue to try the way to feel better of yourself. And my gray hair start to things. I lost my husband, so it was my whole world has stopped it. But it does take me a while to get used to it. I always say I'm the old soul trapped inside young body. Now as I'm growing old, aging too. Personally, I still believe in finding someone to grow old together is still my goal. And somehow that becomes such a nightmare after COVID is a scam. Cybercrimes everywhere in the internet, every social media, the Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. Every social media you go to, there's always potential scam out wait for you. And other people were also being scammed and throughout the internet because they believe that scammer was their dying in love, because they want to find someone. And this holiday season, I want to warn everyone again about this holiday romance scam. I know you holiday make us kind of blue and lonely, but just be sure who you are social with online is they who you are. So yesterday I looked at one of the talk from 2014. It mentioned about how he helped his client to get online dating become a reality. And I find that incredible to the low current situation. You first thing want to screen up is they never come, they never met, every time they disappear. And I would urge you to lose their number because they will not come. Even though you wait for airport, you wait for whatever they say you come, they're gonna come. And please just forget about them because you had to find someone real. I look into some old people research and our resources. Some has associated with the elderly people with loneliness. And one of the nonprofits that was having a coffee with the elderly, live alone, and learn from them and write their story. And there's also another nonprofit visiting the veteran to write their story. And I do elderly have a lot of story to tell, and I do work with the caregiver with senior before. And sometimes I also help with my godparent with their senior friend. And from time to time, I could hear them share about their story. So I really urging the younger us to reaching out the elder them, because you can create a bridge, your neighbor, um, your older friends, and reconnect with them because somehow you may find they are very helpful story to guide you through a lifetime. Been a professional matchmaking since 1995. My husband and I met through online too. Many of our friends also met online. It's more like a trend. Everybody met their spouse online or met their girlfriend online, met a boyfriend online. It's just like continuously we hear all the time. And especially one of my Japanese schoolmates, he met both with her husband online too. This one doesn't work. Try next one. It is he just she kind of gets to all the online tools, so she also find them twice. Some highlight today is about a lot of scammer. Like I mentioned before, if the profile looks so perfect, then that must be a scammer. And when you look at a picture, they always photograph taking. You know, how many of you are gonna have a professional photographer take picture of you? Unless you are in a war ceremony or some sort of the newsletter, and nobody would really getting a real photo taking. So when you look at those photos, you spot there's most likely scammer. Lady in Lincoln, I see a lot of potential scam compared to the catfish. So somehow this catfish is just like a flea. They come, they go, they come, they go. So be smart, be wise, and just check them out before you give your heart to and even spend on your lifetime to look for the wrong one. Some of my new neighbor elderly do not use technology, so they are mainly old-fashioned. Well, for elderly still using online social media, they should have their family member check on them. One of my client, he has always need to check on their parents, make sure they are safe online, so that way they can prevent the scam come to them. It's getting lighter for the COVID, so now people meeting in person, stay in group activity. I encourage all the people go to senior center to meet friends there, because senior center is your outlet and somehow your gateway to meet a friend or meet someone there throughout the day-to-day life and social activity. I think that would be a great opportunity for you. It's much safer using the social media. Um, So compared to the senior center, so I really think social media, you can take a time away from it and maybe try something else for now. As we open our gateway now, so everybody can be able to close to one another. Okay, so so I guess now we talking about my matching back back to my matchmaking for since 1995. And as a psychology major, I went to the University of California, South California for the Student Association to help them with the design their matching game. And that kind of stuff, my become my matchmaking is more like discover all my talent. Can we say that? So and I start my first seminar with a group of majority is Asian people, and then we talk about the topic is to love is easy, to get along is hard. 相容易相处难. I think that is really a very profound message. In reality, we all know the Snow White will get old and the Prince Charming will become overweight, and later we will have to face each other's difference. And can we still love someone that had changed our body, mind, soul, quicker as in the first place? I believe for the older people are about the same. They just less intense. And I did match one couple as they both 60 this year. And somehow I feel less confident on a lot of people on the internet today, as I mentioned before. And today I changed my radio state recording style. And I know this kind of I more prefer because I love to have an evening talk throughout my radio show, like I used to be for 2 years. And I have people to say they don't understand me. I guess it's just my way of my style. So if they could not spend time to get to know me and to able to understand what I'm trying to say, I think they just had to pass on, go for next. I've been here for 32 years now, so that's how I am. I don't think I'm gonna be changing for anyone. I just enjoy what I learned today. Below I'm gonna say some Chinese. I think today's program is more like introduction of how I'm gonna continue to back into my professional matchmaking service and more focusing on how to interact with my growing old community, because I really think happiness, it can be anywhere. Are you happy? Just ask you every single day when you wake up, are you happy? Yes or no? And why are you happy? To find that why make you happy and continue to find that joy in you and find people around you, and somehow that will be a really great opportunity for you. 今天我讲的是有关老人 对恋爱的感觉。那我觉得，其实不管你在什么年龄，你都有可能感觉到在恋爱，因为我觉得，不管是寻找第二春也好，或者是找个人陪你一起到老，我都觉得这是一个很美的事情。当然，如果你能够找到他，就是最好不过。那如果没有也无所谓。所以如果将来有一天你找到了，继续珍惜它，因为我想，嗯，也就是今生的缘分，可能也就是来生的，续缘吧。那也在这里祝福，不管你现在年龄几岁，那总有一天你会变老，所以学习如何变老，变成是我们非常重要的课题。而且现在每个人至少都活到男人活到70，女人活到80，所以我相信亚洲的，呃，到老的年纪可能会更久，所以我希望大家能够开始学习如何这样爱护自己、照顾自己，在将来的未来的时候，嗯，继续喜欢自己，因为你必须喜欢自己才能够去喜欢别人。Okay, I just want to share that today. And good night, everyone. I wish you have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Good evening, everyone. Good night. 晚安。